Good evening. Please give your names. We'll start with Sevilla Football Club, starting with Spanish questions and then any in English if needed. How's the mood in the dressing room after the game? Of course, we weren't able to put in the performance that we wanted to. Our opponents were better than us. They did well. Our aim was to win the ball back higher up the pitch, but we were very far away from their area. That's my assessment of the game. In the dressing room, of course, we are hurting because of the defeat, but we are keeping our heads up, knowing that we have a big opportunity on Sunday to turn things around in the derby. We will give everything we have to turn this around. In the last 3 games, what you've tried to do hasn't worked. And Sevilla couldn't get into the opposition half in the first half and only had 1 shot on goal. You're asking for patience, but based on this game and the last few games, it doesn't seem to be going well. Well, I see things differently. I think our opponents were better than us tonight. Of course, I accept criticism, and I'm critical of myself. We believe we can turn this around. We have a big opportunity on Sunday, and we will give everything we have to be capable of winning the derby and get back on track. Could you explain to the Sevilla fans why you sent out that starting 11? Because I thought they were the best players to compete today. We wanted a solid midfield with energy. Of course, we have information about the number of minutes that the players have had, and bearing in mind what lies ahead and how the players were before the game. We had 3 midfielders to give us energy, quick players out wide such as Pedrosa and Eric Lamela, and fresh young fullbacks who could compete with the Arsenal players. The most important thing is that we weren't able to do what we wanted to because our opponents were better than us. There are no excuses, we just have to accept it and say how it went. They were better than us. Did I like it? No, not at all. But we have another opportunity on Sunday, so we will try to do better. Two questions. How is Soumare after his injury and looking ahead to the derby? It seemed to be a starting 11 that suggested you were looking ahead to the derby. Is that the case? The coach has to think about everything. You have to think about the state of the players. You have information on a daily basis about how they are, the number of minutes that the players have played before this game. You have to assess, bearing everything in mind, based on how we can perform today and in our next game. We showed this game the importance that it deserves, and the same thing goes for Sunday. As for Soumare, there's no news at the moment. We don't know exactly what happened to him. He doesn't know if there was a twisted ankle, but we will assess him. What's your message to the 1,500 Sevilla fans who came here to watch the game and looking ahead to the derby. As I've said, we have another opportunity on Sunday to perform well in front of our fans, to turn things in our favour. It's a big game ahead and a great opportunity at our stadium. So, as I've said, that's the game we're looking ahead to now. And that game could help us turn things around. From the outside, it seemed difficult for the team to get going in the first half and in the second half. The changes came late. What did you expect from them? We made the changes at the time that we felt was right. We wanted to help the players who were on the pitch. We understood that it wasn't just individual problems, but we needed to correct situations to help the team. We started playing in one way and tried to change to help the players out wide so that they could do better in duels and have more cover to face their wide players. That's what we tried to do. We tried to improve the team. But 15 minutes into the second half, we injected new energy into the team, but then there were injuries. Players were finding it hard. And we knew that this could happen.
Fullbacks against Sasha. One second.
It was a tough game for the fullbacks, but they've gained experience. They played at a fantastic stadium, and this will certainly help them in the future to keep improving. Confidence is important for young players, and sometimes they have to gain that in big matches, in adversity, so that they can develop and become good players for this club. Based in recent press conferences, you've mentioned that you've said similar things. Well, it's true that this evening we were not the better side. Were there things that you didn't like tonight? Possession isn't important to me. What's important is controlling the game. You can have possession, but you might not create chances, so that doesn't help. Controlling the game is important. Of course, we didn't do that tonight, and that's because Arsenal were the better side. We played badly, but our opponents did a lot to make us play badly. Compared with previous games, I think we were the team playing on the front foot against... We were the team playing badly against Cadiz and in the first half against Celta, but tonight it was our opponents who were the better team.